Shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Hey guys, today I'm gonna be giving you guys 5 tips on how I became confident, happy, secure in myself, and became somebody who has no insecurities at all. Just kidding. Gotcha. That's not today's video. I don't wish that was today's video because that's not realistic. And you know what? If anybody tells you they feel that way, they're lying. Today, I'm gonna be hanging out with you and telling you just kind of how I've grown as a human being into who I am today. I have a fat ass canker sore right here, so if I'm talking a little funny, that's why. See, I shouldn't have told you guys that because now you're gonna think that I'm talking funny. Whatever. Guys, I'm making my second matcha latte of the day while I talk to you, so if you see me doing stuff, that's why. I did not go to high school. I was homeschooled, okay? But I became friends with a lot of people at the local high schools, and I was really trying to fit in. I was really trying to become a normal person because I always felt really weird my whole life. I grew up in a band on YouTube. I was homeschooled, like I said. I had 10 siblings. Like, I don't know, guys, I was like a weirdo or whatever, so I was trying to be normal, okay? I was trying to make friends. I was trying to be cool. And so I think because of that, and also because I already had a low sense of self-esteem, I just like took any friend that I could get. I hung out with any boy that wanted to hang out with me. Like, I was looking for real love and a real relationship, but instead I ended up hooking up with boys because like that's all they wanted from me, but I also wanted love from them. So like I took it anyway because I was hoping that one day they would like actually fall in love with me and want to date me, but it didn't really happen. So like, for example, there's this one guy who I hooked up with a lot, okay? And I don't like using the term hooked up because it kind of degrades the sexual experience of human beings, which I think is a very valuable experience. Anyway, that's a whole other thing that I'm going off on. He would text me at like midnight and be like, wanna pick me up from work? I found it so exciting at the time. I was like, oh, he wants me to hang out with him. He wants me to pick him up from work. He wants to hook up with me in the middle of the night in a random parking lot and not tell anybody or actually date me or commit to me or break up with the girlfriend that he probably has right now. I just didn't care because I wanted, hold on. I wanted any sort of attention that I could get from this man. I would show up whenever he wanted, and I just had no sense of confidence in myself, no sense of like, hey, if you want to keep hooking up with me, you should like date me or something, or like, you know, be nice to me, not just like do stuff with me or whatever. Like, that's not the way that I want to be, you know? I want you to care about me, so please care about me. I never did that, and I never said that because you can't beg somebody who doesn't care about you to care about you. They don't care about you, right? And then there was this other guy who, like, we said we were gonna get married, and like we knew each other for like years, and he always had a girlfriend, and he like somehow convinced me that he like loved me and loved me more than his girlfriend. So that was a bad move on my part. I shouldn't have done that, but it just kind of illustrates again how little I care about myself because I'm willing to go meet up with a boy who is dating somebody, you know? Like, I had never gotten to that point before, but when I was 16, 17, I just did not care who I was hanging out with, what I was doing, when I was doing it. I just wanted attention. And then also I was a damn people pleaser. So like my friends, I just wanted to be friends with whoever was cool and whoever wanted to take me to parties and stuff. And it didn't matter if they were rude to me or if they kissed my boyfriend or if they ignored me, if they ditched me in the middle of hanging out with me. Like, I would just take it. I didn't care because I wanted people to care about me, but they didn't really. Like, guys, I don't think you understand how desperate I was for friends. I remember distinctly every Friday night, pretty much, I had like 50 friends, okay? I met like tons of people and they were all my friends, but I remember like I would text them all and be like, hey guys, anybody wanna hang out? Like, what you doing tonight? I'd like swipe up on their Snapchat stories and be like, ha ha ha. Like, just trying to get somebody to invite me to a party or something. Like, I was so desperate. It's so embarrassing to look back on. And like, nobody would respond to me and everybody would be busy or like already hanging out with somebody else. And like, it was just this feeling of like, I'm dying to be accepted by you. Please hang out with me. I want to be cool so bad. And like, nobody wanted to help me out with that. So I didn't have a lot of really good friends. So basically, throughout my high school days, not that I was in high school, but my high school age, I just kind of, oh my God, I can't open. I just kind of cycled through a lot of boys and a lot of friends. And in the end, I was kind of left with nobody. I actually remember I did this like experiment with my friends where I was like, I'm gonna stop texting these people who are like my alleged best friends right now and just wait until they ask me to hang out. And if they ask me to hang out, I'll hang out with them. But if they don't, then I'm not going to because I don't really think that they care that much about me. Spoiler alert, they never texted me. Literally, we did not talk for about a year after that. And so that was like a big wake up call for me. I was like, wow, like these people really were never that good of friends with me because I have to hit them up in order for them to want to speak to me or hang out with me or know that I exist, right? This This is very good. So, everyone, I kind of was emotionally, mentally, physically scarred after this experience. You get used by a lot of boys. You realize that none of your friends really care about you. Everybody stops talking to you, and you kind of just feel like a dumpster. You feel like a dumpster that everybody threw their trash into, and the garbage man came and he cleaned you out, but you still have rust and dust and crust and must and trash remnants all over you, because that doesn't really go away very easily, you know? You need somebody to come in, power wash you up, give you a new paint job, and make you a nice clean dumpster, right? Or recycle you, melt you down, turn you into a beautiful sculpture. That is what I really needed. So after high school age, I kind of went into a weird spot in life, and I was in a band, if you don't know, for 10 years of my life. And it was kind of all that I had ever known, but I kind of realized I didn't really like what I was doing anymore. I wasn't very passionate about it. I was kind of just going through the motions. Same kind of thing with my religion. I was raised very heavily Catholic, and I was in church, again, just realizing I was kind of going through the motions, not really caring what I was doing or talking about or thinking about. And I didn't know what my style was. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I believed in. Like, my political views were kind of all over the place. Like, I was raised and I grew up believing that I was very Republican, but then I started to kind of question those beliefs, and I was like, I don't know if I feel like this is right. I don't know if these are the right beliefs that I actually agree with. And I was going through a lot, okay? And simultaneously, I started dating my then boyfriend, now husband, Emmyn. You guys know him. He was kind of the original person who kind of pushed me to start making some actual changes, because he's very confident in himself and he does what he wants. And so he was kind of just like, hey, if you don't like your life, just like change it. To a people pleaser who doesn't want to hurt people's feelings, doesn't want to rock the boat, who doesn't want to change her entire life and risk failing and falling flat on her face and being embarrassed, it's not easy, and it's not just like that, and it's not second nature to me. So I was kind of just like, no thanks, I don't really want to do that. And I kind of pushed off making all these decisions until the end of 2019. I was about to get married, and I decided I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to do all these things, and I started doing them one by one. I started making all these choices one by one that I really wanted to make but never did before. And it wasn't like I started feeling like myself. It wasn't like I started becoming happy right away. It was actually horrible, and it kind of felt like the old me was dying. So it wasn't fun. I'm not gonna say that it was like, oh, I made all these decisions and it was just the best thing ever. It was horrible, and I felt like I was dying. I cried a lot, I freaked out a lot, I had a lot of panic attacks. Emmyn had to help me through a lot. I'm so grateful he was there, because like I wouldn't have done it without him, and I wouldn't have gotten through it without him. I'm talking very fast. I've had a lot of caffeine, okay? But right after I did all this stuff, let's take it to 2020, pandemic started, so that wasn't great. But I was finally doing the things that I want, and I've really learned a valuable life lesson, which is that your needs are important and your feelings are important. And if you have a dream, or if you have a goal, or if you want to act a certain way, if you want to say a certain thing, if you want to believe something different than your family or your friends, or you want to stand out, like that is much more important, like light years more important than what people expect of you. Because the thing is, let me give you guys some wisdom right now, okay? I've been thinking about this. If you spend your life being a people pleaser and avoiding making decisions because you're scared it's gonna hurt somebody else, or you're scared that somebody else is gonna think you're weird, that's not you. You're not being yourself. You're being somebody else. You're being somebody that somebody else wants you to be. And I know that some of you guys are doing that. You guys have friend groups, and you have boyfriends, and you have people in your life who are expecting you to be a certain way, and so you're acting that certain way in order to fit in with them. Maybe you're even, you know, drinking or smoking because all your friends do it, or you're dressing a certain way because all your friends do it, or you're working at a certain place because all your friends work there, or you're doing a certain career because your parents told you that they need you to do that. Like, you're not being yourself. You're not caring for yourself, you're not loving yourself, and you're not being a real human being. You're being a fake person who has been created in the own lab of your own brain of like, okay, he wants me to be this and she wants me to be this and da 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 da, right? And I say all this because like that's what I was doing when I was a teenager. I was not confident in myself. I did not care for myself. I didn't stand up for myself, and I didn't love myself because I was not myself. How can you be confident in yourself? How can you care for yourself if you don't even know who that is? When I was able to make those decisions that I really wanted to make and become a person who I actually really liked going to sleep with every night, that was when I started to understand that everything pretty much is in your control. My dad always has told me since I was a kid that the only thing you control is what you do and your own thoughts. So like if somebody's being a really bad friend to you, for example, or if a boy is using you, like was happening to me so many times in my past, it wasn't because they just happened to pick me. That was because I chose not to tell them off. I chose not to say, you know, screw you, man. I don't want to hear you say things that you say to me. I'm not just gonna hang out with you whatever hour you want to. I do care that it's late at night and I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. And I do want you to date me. And I do want you to hang out with me and spend time with me, not just, you know, expect me to hook up with you. Like, those are certain choices that I could have made that would have set a different standard for me. And you know what? That boy would have told all of his friends that I said that, and he would have told them, oh, she doesn't do that, because that's how the world works. That's how high school works. That's our chance to show the world who we are, you know? That is our chance to tell people off and be like, sorry, like, you can't talk to me like that. Am I the most confident person in the world? Absolutely not. Do I still have mental breakdowns? Absolutely. But I know for a fact that if I were single and if a boy were to ask me to hook up in the middle of the night nowadays, I would say no. So I kind of feel awkward because I just embarrassed myself. I just want to share my life with you guys in hopes that maybe it will inspire some of you to change yours. If you like my videos, subscribe. If you don't like my videos, don't subscribe, because this channel, as I've been saying this whole video, is about doing whatever the hell you want. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you. I see you watching this video. Thanks for listening to me and being kind. Okay, bye. Guys, if you've ever wanted to make a website for anything in your life, Squarespace is the place to go. If you haven't heard of it, Squarespace is just an awesome, beautiful, easy to use, powerful platform that people can use to create a website, including ways that you can connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content. You can manage your members, you can send email communications, and leverage your audience insights, and it's all on a super easy to use platform. You can get a commenting system on your website that uses likes, kind of like here on YouTube. You can use their powerful blogging tools to categorize, share, and schedule posts for your website. They also have something called Squarespace extensions, which are basically third-party tools that can help you manage inventory, promote products, streamline bookkeeping, and so much more. You can also display posts from your other social medias directly onto your Squarespace website. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch your new website, go to squarespace.com/Dani Calleiro for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!